St Mary's Church in Fordham is a very unprepossessing little building between the Brecklands and the Fens. It's obviously been a much larger church. You can see the blocked up arches in the wall behind me, which show us that there was once a south aisle here. But it's not actually the architecture of the church we've come to see. It's one specific thing inside. So join me please as we go in and have a look at it. There's always that sense of anticipation, isn't there, when we visit a church that we've not been to before. Just what are we going to find? Well, as we know, this is a very simple building. It was contracted in size both to the south and from the east and west in the post-Reformation period. But it still contains something really important. It's our goal today. So let's have a look at it. Tucked away next to the altar is this 13th century coffin lid. It's quite unlike any other we find in Norfolk, and it's one of the treasures of the county's churches. It takes the form of a floriated cross. On the left-hand side is the top of the cross. You see each of the arms is carved to look like it's foliage. And then to the right, the shaft of the cross continues right down to the base and has other branches coming out from it. The coffin lid is raised off the ground quite considerably, and with that coving along the edge, we know that it was always like this so that it wasn't trodden on. So the coffin itself was set into the floor, this lid was placed on it to mark the spot permanently. We don't know whether it actually belongs in this church. It may have come from somewhere else after the Reformation. My favourite aspect of it is to be found at the bottom, at the base of the floriated cross. It's here that we find a salamander, the cross itself emanating from its mouth. Can you see its row of wonderful teeth there? The salamander was a much used device in medieval iconography. It symbolises everlasting life. Remember the salamander that survives fire. And we often find it on monuments and carvings of this period. This church, which is now in the care of the Friends of Friendless Churches, should be a lesson to us all. However simple a building may look on the outside, it may contain treasures galore, and I would encourage you to visit your local church and to see what you can discover.